Welcome to The Wing, the emotional and financial health check you never knew you needed. We provide tangible solutions for young women to build emotional health and wealth on their journey from school to motherhood. This is the podcast for young women in Australia navigating the big stuff: life, money, and motherhood. From high school to first homes, babies to bank accounts, we take you on an interactive listening journey that helps you make smart, empowered decisions every step of the way.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to another episode of The Wing. This guest doesn't need much of an introduction, purely based on the fact that he's my husband. He's been on the show before, and we actually had a lot of feedback to see if we could get him back on the show. So I finally found a spot in his calendar and pinned him down for hopefully about an hour, maybe a bit less if he gets bored or he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Here we are. Welcome, Jake.
I'm back.
You're back. He's got his dad shirt on. He's ready to play some games and answer some questions. So hopefully, if not anything else, you get a laugh out of this episode. So before we start getting into the questions, Jake and I played this game a little while ago. It was really funny. I actually can't remember a lot of my answers, so this is going to be a little refresher. So we're going to play a game. It's called Bravo vs NRL. So I have to name 10 names of NRL players, and Jake has to name 10 Bravo cast members. We have to try and get first and last names, and whoever gets the most names wins. Let's do NRL first, because I'm running a lot of blanks on this at the moment. I will start a 1 minute timer.
Are you allowed to ask for hints?
Yeah.
Okay, because I think I'm going to need a lot of help.
Okay.
I think you are too.
Yeah, I know. Okay. All right, so we're going to try and name 10 NRL players, first and last names, and I'm starting my 1 minute timer now. Tom Trbojevic, is that one?
Yep.
His brother Jake Trbojevic.
Yep.
Pappenhausen, but I can't think of his first name. Is that his last name or his first name?
Pappenhausen, that's right, yeah.
Okay.
But you got to use his first name.
Oh, no, I don't know that. No, okay. Next one. Okay, can you give me a
Well, think Raiders. You know Raider players.
Oh, yep. Elliot Whitehead.
Retired a couple of years ago, but sure, we'll count it.
Okay. Corey Horsburgh.
Oh, Horsburgh, I'll count it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Come on, who's the Tongan one that you like?
That's a minute. Oh, my time.
Oh, I'll give you.
Wait, who is the one that I like?
One? Do you know?
The guy with the mullet.
Papa
Lee. Yeah, not Thomas. Joseph Papali. No.
Oh my God, that's Joseph Tarpey. Josh Papali.
Oh, Josh. I knew it was a J. And I like that other guy, Kyo Weeks.
Oh yeah, you like him for other reasons though.
Don't we all? All right then.
Well, I want to say that you did significantly worse than I thought you would in that.
So did I. I told you I was running really blank on NRL players today, so that's why I thought I'd get my one out of the way first. All right, are you going to set your own time? You should set your own timer actually, because then you know where you're up to.
Set your own journey. Okay.
Yep. 1 minute. Don't cheat.
Well, I actually had it on a minute 30. Then that's a bit brave.
Oh,
ready?
Cheating.
All right, ready?
Go.
Lisa Vanderpump, I know that one.
Yep.
There's that Sookie DJ Kennedy.
Okay. So you're talking about a different one. Yeah.
James Kennedy? Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Tom Sandilands?
Tom Sandoval, but we'll count that. Yep.
Okay. There's that one that kind of looks like Elise? Lily or Lala? Surely is that a name?
Yes.
Lala?
Yeah. Have we got a last name?
Not a chance in this world.
I like Kent.
All right, I'm going to move over to Summer House, and I know Paige Vanderhuff, Vander something? Vander?
Paige DeSorbo.
Okay, yeah, a bit off. Fuck, that minute goes quick, doesn't it? Damn.
Okay, so you kind of got 3.5.
So you did better than me.
I did do better than you. Well, when I'm watching my Bravo shows, I'm not screaming at the TV and naming everyone's full names or saying, go Lisa Vanderpump, whereas you're going, go Trebojevic, go Tommy Turbo. So that's how, that's the
that's
only
usually
way I
because
can
I've got
remember.
like bets. I've got like bets on or something, so like I need them to score. But that's all I had because I know a couple of other names. Like I know that Carl, but I've got no idea what his last name is. And then I know from that other show you like, Southern Charm, it's Chep or Chip or Shep.
Shep
Yeah.
Rose, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, that's if anyone wants to play that game with their partners, we highly recommend it. It's very funny to play if you have more than a minute each and hearing just how little we know about one another's lives. But maybe that's for the best because those things are important.
Probably should have done a minute 30, I reckon, because then we would have actually got to the ones that we didn't know, which would have been funnier.
Just because you lost doesn't mean we needed to change the move the goalposts.
Yeah, I know. Fair enough.
All right, question time. No timer on this. So, Jake, first question. What's one thing that I do that drives you crazy but you never want me to stop?
Just one thing or?
One thing. Listen to
Okay.
the question. Yeah.
So many things that drive me crazy about you. One thing that drives me crazy that you do, over-ordering food, particularly at like family events.
Oh, yeah.
And then doing the food dance. So ordering 9 pizzas for 6 people, and then there's obviously fucking heaps of pizza left over, and then at the end, both you and your mum are like, oh no, I couldn't possibly, oh no, it'll go to waste if you don't have it, you have it, and we stand there for 5 or 10 minutes debating who's going to get this pizza, and I'm like, fuck, can we just order 4 pizzas and then everyone will just be full, and then we'll have no leftovers, or just split it up evenly or something. That's just my logical brain.
But you don't want me to stop over ordering food because you like it when there's leftovers.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
It's just an annoyance to have to go through the process.
And then when you said the food dance, I thought you meant like the happy food dance, because I do like doing that.
No, that's pretty cute. We both do that,
fine.
but no, it's like the.
Yeah, I know.
You take this and
take it.
I couldn't possibly. I don't want to impose and.
Okay, look, I asked the question and I got the answer, so that's fair. All right, Jake, who would survive longer on a reality TV show?
I've thought about this long and hard, and I think it'd be a tie because I think I would get sick of the drama almost instantly, and I think I'd quit before the first elimination, and you'd miss the kids too much and just want to come home. So I just think we'd both leave.
Okay, all right. Yeah, equal tie there. That's fair. Who is more likely to get lost?
Well, that's 100% you. Just
Why?
because you've openly admitted that you like don't like Google Maps and don't want to learn Google Maps, even though it's the fucking easiest app in the world. But you just have zero care towards, like, you would just put in an address and just go, oh well, that looks like close enough, and then just drive there. How many times? Actually, let me ask this question: how many times have you driven to a place that wasn't the place?
Oh, it's happened at least 3 times that I can like distinctly remember. And obviously one of those times was when I had our eldest daughter in the car. At the time she was like 4 months old, and I was driving interstate by myself, and I went 45 minutes in the wrong direction. And then I didn't know where I was because there was 2 names of the place, and I just happened to pick the wrong one. That was the worst one.
But just like, you just don't even zoom in on the map. Don't even just like go, oh yeah, that's like roughly where I want to go. None of that shit. Just go.
Well, I just think these apps should be smooth enough by now to just take out the guesswork. So that's why I just put all my trust in them, and I just don't think that I need to think any further with that.
Which is why you're much more likely to get lost than me.
Question closed. All right. Jake, what's your most used phrase?
My most used phrase at the moment is probably like, what are you saying? What are you trying to say to the kids? Like, I say that quite a bit.
You meant to me.
No, well, fuck. Yeah, in another way, I'm like, yeah, another version of that is like, huh? Like, okay, yeah, I'm understanding, or something like that. But no, probably the other things I say quite a lot, like, I'm not religious, but I say like Spirit the Sancti a lot. Don't even really know what that means, but I just reference it a lot. And I also say Jesus Christ on a motorbike quite a bit as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. That
Yeah.
if there's
Anyway,
phrases to remember you by, it'll be those ones from
let's put
my
it to
end
something.
anyway. uh, okay. If your life had a warning label, what would it say?
Tread lightly. Well, all of you, shout out to all you Breaking Bad fans out there. Now, I think, I honestly, in all seriousness, if my life had a warning, it would say, warning, if you engage with this person, they are going to find your alcohol limit.
Oh, I like it. Yep. That's honest.
It
It's
is.
very
I'll find it. Even if you don't want me to find it, I'm going to find it.
the limit does exist.
The limit
and
does
I'm
exist, and I'm
going to
on the
find it.
journey to try and look for everybody's.
You're going to love this next segment, Jake. So, relationship questions. We're already off to a great start.
Ooh.
What's something about marriage that nobody warns you about?
Well, I think everyone does warn you, but you just don't listen. Like, I think marriage in conjunction with having 3 kids, like, no one just tells you, like, how fucking hard that is. I can't even really describe, like, how hard it is. Hard in the sense of just, like, the time is not your own anymore. Like, your time is gone. That's in the bin. And hopefully one day the bin will reopen and you can get your time back. But every minute seems to be working kids. And if you can get, an hour a week that is your own time, then that's pretty good. It's a good week. And that's a stark difference from, before we had kids where, I'd probably go out or go see friends or go play golf or do something probably 4 times a week, 4 evenings a week. Most Saturdays, Sundays, multiple events and friends and etc. And yeah, that gets a lot harder when you're married and you've got 3 kids.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think everybody warns you, but you don't listen because you're on your own journey. But
Well, you're just like, it's like, I know that you're saying that, but like, we'll make it work. Like, we'll find a way. Like, what we'll do is we'll just like, because our friends will have kids, and then like, what we'll do is we'll just all get together and have like one big, like, kids over, and like, we'll go to their house and the kids will be there, and like, and you just don't think about naps, you don't think about moods, you don't think about how fucking hard it is to get the kids out of the house, you don't think about when the kids get to wherever you go and they hate it there, or it's just impossible. It feels impossible.
there's so many variables, so much unpredictability. Obviously, something that Jake and I struggle with all the time is like balancing the time that we have together, the time that we have with kids, the time that we have socially or with other family members. It's difficult to understand what the balance is and then do that balance. Yeah, without having we no longer have full control of the situation. So let's get married. Actually, let's make this really challenging and let's just double down and have 3 under 3. That if anybody wants to do a pressure test, that is definitely one way to do it. I think we're surviving the pressure test, Jake. What do you think?
No, we
It's
are.
a loaded question.
We are. There's certainly a little bit of liquid bubbling over the sides, but I think the lid's on for now.
To everybody listening, things are going really well. I have to be honest, actually. We booked this podcast in a couple of weeks ago when I found the spot in Jake's calendar, as I said, but we were both like, should we do it? Should we not do it? And I was like, let's do it because at least we're going to make each other laugh and that might bring our week up a little bit. So hopefully that's what's happening, Jake, and hopefully the lid stays on.
Because your most used saying, Dale, is if you don't laugh, you cry.
That's exactly right. Trying to avoid tears by laughing with you. That's healthy.
It is healthy.
All right, Jake, what's the funniest argument we've ever had?
Well, look, we don't really have that many arguments, and when we do, I don't really think they're very funny. So I don't really have a light answer on that one. I couldn't think of anything.
Oh, look, I agree. It's usually discussions, but I guess they're not that funny, are they?
We've never really had like a heated argument about something like silly, mainly because I'm not very argumentative. So as soon as you care enough about something, I'm pretty easygoing. Just don't really care that much.
That's true. Okay, fair. Yeah. Good. Well said. Good answer. Jake, what's one thing I've taught you?
The one thing you've taught me is that hormones are the real deal. You don't want to fuck with hormones. Stay out of their way if you can.
Oh man. The questions are here to mostly make fun of me, so because that's what we need to laugh at. But you're right, they are the real deal. Yeah, we'll probably leave that one there.
I've seen people go from 0 to 100 before, but I haven't seen people go from minus 100 to plus 150 in the space of 5 minutes. So that's been a new experience.
Oh, well, at least I taught you something.
That's
Life
right.
lessons.
Life lessons.
Imagine when you have 2 teenage daughters and a perimenopausal wife. Things could always get worse.
This morning when this is a bit off script, but this morning when like Polly said, I want socks, and we had 4 pairs of socks in the drawer, and I brought them all out and I said, which ones do you want? And she said that one, and then I gave her the socks and I put them on, and she said, no, I don't want that one. I'm like, okay. And then I grabbed another one out, and then she goes, no, I don't want those. I said, all right, well, there's 2 pairs left. You go and pick them. And then she just goes over the drawer. She opens the drawer, bang, shuts the door, bang. I'm like, oh, I was like, we got another one growing.
And then I'm pretty sure I saw her throw those last 2 pairs of socks at you, and you just looked up at me and just giggled.
I'm like, oh my God, we have another one. And then we've got another littler one who's fuck, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I keep saying it's going to get better, but I'm just trying to imagine our household in like 10 to 12 years, and it's just going to be, there's going to be hormones spilling out the top of the lid. That's how many hormones they're going to be.
Maybe the lid will come off at that stage. I don't
True.
know. Let's not think about it. Can we just live in the moment for now?
Sure. Yeah.
What do you think is the secret to surviving life with me?
I've come to realize that you're just going to do whatever the fuck you want anyway. So there's not much point in me coming to you with logical, alternatives or other options, because once you've kind of decided that you're going to do something, you want to do something, you're just going to do it. So it's much easier for me to just say, go for it, or sure.
So you've become a yes man.
Yeah, I guess probably, yeah, maybe. Is that what you want me to say? No.
This is not about me. These are your answers.
No, those times where you're like, hey, I'm thinking about like doing this. And then I'm like, oh, like, would you, like, I think maybe like a smarter or a better way to would be like, do it like this. And you just like stare at me blankly. And I'm like, are you just going to do it the way that you did? Yeah, I'm going to do it the way I did. Okay, cool. Go for it.
Is this like on on a scale of like, okay, well, this is my style of how I'm planning to bake this loaf of bread, or like something bigger than that? Do you have an example?
It's usually just like normal things, like, hey, I'm going to like move the car out to the street, and then I'll like get the stuff, and then I'll like do this, and then I'll get the kids, and then I'm like, oh, like, wouldn't it be easier just to like, put the stuff in the car, and you just like stare at me blankly, and I've overridden your system and like of the pattern of like how you're going to do things, and tried to rearrange it into like a more logical and time saving pattern, but it's just like not where your brain got to, and you're like, I'm not computing, I'm just telling you, and I'm just going to do it the way I did. I'm like, okay, sure.
It's called I malfunction. So
Yeah.
You're right. It's like you've overwritten the pattern of my thinking, and then my brain can't take it in. So I just shut down and go blank.
You just stare at me blankly. And then, and now I realize, like, when you're staring at me blankly, and then I just say, are you just going to do it? Or is it easier for you to just do it the way that you said? Because like, I'm always trying to save time, and I'm very logical. So I'm always trying to like fix things or change things. But the other thing that you do is you narrate a lot of like the stuff that you do. So you would just say, oh, hey, Dale, just wanted to let you know I've made the kids a sandwich and I put the Glad wrap in the top drawer, and I'm going to make a tea. Do you want me to respond? Like, how do you want me to respond to that? Like, good job? Like, I say good job a lot, don't I? Good job.
You do. I was going to say, what's your most used phrase is probably good job.
It is good job.
Dale.
Oh, yeah, sounds good, honey. Yeah, like, it's just like, I don't know when and that's the thing, I often will then give feedback on, oh, okay, well, like, wouldn't you? And then I'm like, oh, no, you weren't looking for feedback. You were just telling me what you were doing.
Yeah. Okay, well, I see why you say yes a lot, or just carry on, Dale.
The in summary, the easiest way to live with you is to just let you go on your own journey and do what you want and get out of your way and help where I can.
Just let me live. Yeah. Thank you. That's good. All right. I have some dad life questions for you. What's the most ridiculous thing you've done as a dad?
Probably the most ridiculous thing I've done as a dad is take the kids to the Canberra show and expect to enjoy it.
That's a frequent thing.
Shout out to parents who have young kids that have tried to do something fun for them that gets thrown back in their face, and you realise that your memory of the Canberra show from all those years ago, you didn't remember the fucking 1.5 kilometre walk from the dusty car park to before you even get to the gates, let alone get from the gate to any kind of amusement, and that's 2.5 kilometres, and by that stage, your kids have got the shits and like, what the fuck are we doing here? I just expected to park right at the door, walk straight in, and then be like first in line to take, Polly on the teacup ride. And like we were there for like over an hour and a half, and I didn't even know where that thing is.
Oh, it was so hot and we were so sweaty. It was muggy, and we got home and I don't think anyone enjoyed that at all. It's okay. It's not the most ridiculous thing. I think it's a common thing. We plan an activity and it just goes bad a lot of the time. That's actually probably on a serious note. One thing that, going back to the early question about one thing you've taught me is just, I'm very much a doer and I like to go and do things, and you're very much like to stay at home. Like I'm just learning that, like actually staying at home with the kids is like, and learning to just enjoy that, like on a serious note, like just to actually just be at home and build a cubby house and kind of do that as the activity rather than having to like get them in the car, take them somewhere. It's just so much. And like their moods are just so all over the shop that, like you just never know what it's going to be like. So just being able to kind of sit in like, okay, well, we're here for the morning and that's what we're doing today. Or like, let's go upstairs for this morning. Like that's our activity. Go and play upstairs. It's hard because, like you said, you are a doer and you want to go and do activities and expose them to fun things and that. And it's just that with the age that they're at the moment, sometimes the easiest and sometimes most fun thing to do is just stay at home, particularly with conflicting nap times as well. We are a little limited on where we can go, how long for, and, what time of day that might be. So, well, I've only been able to teach you that out of my own learning and disasters that I've had in public. With one or all of the kids, and it scares me off for a few months before I want to do anything again. So, I think that's well captured. Jake, what's your biggest parenting fail so far? Well, I was with Ashby when he chipped his tooth, so that was a bit annoying that happened on my watch on the seesaw. I'm still a bit, like on a serious note, I'm trying to get better, but I'm still a bit of a sucker on my phone. Been a couple of times when one of our kids had asked me, a question, and I'm like, I don't know, like watching a video on Instagram of some, bloke building a hut or something like that. And Katey will say, Jake, like, they asked you a question. And I'm like, fuck, sorry. Like, I was just in a different world. And that's like something I'm really trying to work on, put my phone down and be present, because I know that, in years to come, when we're through the trenches, which we're referring to these years with very young kids, that I'm going to miss this time. And I'm going to think back on those times when I had, one of the kids in my face trying to engage with me, and I'm somewhere else, and I'm like, don't do that. Like, be present and try to be there. That's an ongoing fail that I'm trying to work on. And I think it's natural, because that's your brain looking for a break, and that's you trying to use the time differently. And because a lot of the time they might be sort of running around and not doing or playing with one another, or it is hard to keep up with them, and we watch them, but sometimes they can be self-sufficient and they're off playing and choosing their own adventure. And so we find ourselves in those moments of quiet where we're kind of like, oh, we'll just wander off, or we'll look at our phones or text someone or reply to something or watch a video, and it's easy to do. I don't necessarily think that's a fail of yours, and if that's your fail so far, then that's pretty good. I actually think it was a fail the other day which again, I don't know if I'd call this a fail. It was probably just funny where you were playing the keep your eyes closed and walk around game with Polly and Ashby, and Ashby forgot that he needed his eyes to see and that he had hands, and he closed his eyes all the way and ran straight into the glass door. And it's surprising he didn't knock himself out, but I thought that was funny. Like, what a game to play with a 3 and 2-year-old.
Yeah, smart. I was like, come on, guys, close your eyes. Like, what a great dad. What a legend.
Oh, it was funny. What parenting hill are you willing to die on?
Like, I'll never hit the kids. I think that's probably, like, never punish them that way. God, I feel like it sometimes, but like not using that as a form of discipline, I think is pretty hard line in the sand for me. Which I'm sure that would be most people, I suspect. But yeah, that's the answer that comes to mind.
It's a good one. That's a very serious one, but it's also very important. Jake, what's something you swore you'd never do as a parent that you now do every day?
Again, kind of like the before having kids, and you just being like, oh, they'll just do whatever we like. They're not going to watch kid shows because like we just won't show them the kid shows, and then they won't know. So like I just don't understand how like kids get addicted to Coco Melon, because like why would you ever show them Coco Melon? But like when your kid's fucking screaming and like pointing at the screen saying they want to watch that, all you want to do in that moment is to shut that noise down. And to shut that noise down, like if you can have your kid, lying on the couch and having a bottle and watching something and have, 15 minutes of like non-screaming time, like that's a pretty good time. I haven't watched a full game. Like I'm a big NRL fan, and I haven't watched a full game of NRL on one of our TVs for a long time because Polly says, I don't want footy. I don't like footy. I want to watch Pepper. And then I end up just watching footy on my phone, but then also she gets sick of what's happening on the telly and then comes over and like, then she'll go, no footy on phone. I'm like, fuck, guess I'll just watch the highlights later.
It's like screen time versus scream time. It's a battle, but we have to continue on. Well, that's exactly right. We're trying to find the peace, trying to find the break. It's a difficult one. That's a good one because I probably share the same one actually. A couple of spicy questions just to keep the conversation honest. What's something you've learnt the hard way about keeping me happy?
Keeping you happy. A story comes to mind, or maybe a statement, is that sometimes your relationship is more important than an Uber rating, and that's referencing the time that we went out for drinks in the city and we decided to get cheeseburger spring rolls on the way home, and we got them from Lazy Sue's as like a treat. And then we got in the car and Katie's in the back seat with these cheeseburger spring rolls, and then just like opens the container to go and like eat like a flaky fucking spring roll on the back of this guy's car. And I said, "Duh, you can't eat that in the car." She's like, "Yeah, I can." I'm like, "It's a fucking spring roll. Like it's going to go everywhere. Like you can't just eat in someone's car." And then like there was the night, like it was gone. Because then Katie slammed it shut and then didn't want to talk to me. And then we got in the house and then like I went to open them up and she's like, "They're fucking cold now." And I'm like, whoa, like, and then I slept on the couch that night. So yeah, maybe in future, I think maybe just let you do whatever you want in the back of a car. And if I get a bad rating, then we'll just cop it, I guess.
Oh, do you know what? I think I think I've tried to do like eat in the back of transport before, and then I stopped myself because I'm like, no, Jake said this isn't right. So I mean, not that we catch a lot of Ubers anymore, but that's funny. I do remember that. Oh, it's bringing up some dark stuff today, isn't it? This was meant to be like a funny podcast. Maybe that is funny.
I think it'll be funny for the listeners, maybe not for you. I said to you before this podcast started, I said, "Oh, is this podcast like, are you going to ask like me a question and then you have to answer the same one?" And then you were like, "Nah, these are all you." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm going to turn it back on you then."
Oh, okay. I did ask for this. I do have to remember that. That is correct. Jake, what's one thing you wish women understood about men?
I wish women would just understand that when men go and catch up with their friends or other men, that they're going to be together for hours and hours and then come home and know absolutely zero about where that person's life is up to. And you know what? We fucking love that, because we just talk about footy, or we talk about gambling, or we talk about Trump, or whatever the fuck we want to talk about. And it's the only time when we're not thinking or talking about the pressures of our life or pressures of our home or whatever. And that's our version of therapy. And I'll get home and Katey be like, how's Perry? Oh yeah, he's really good. And how's his work going? I'm like, we didn't talk about that. Oh, how's this going? Well, we didn't talk about that. What the fuck did you talk about? You were there for 7 hours. Oh, we didn't talk about any of that stuff.
Yes, look, it's a frustration of mine, because I do genuinely want to know, okay, well, you're out of the house for 6 hours, so how is everyone? Tell me everything. And yeah, when Jake comes home and he's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, all right, well, that's okay. How about we get Perry over and then I can ask him myself.
Yeah, if you want to know what Perry's up to, you ring him. You ask him those questions. I'm not asking him those questions. He'll tell me if he wants to tell me.
And Perry, if you're listening to this, we both find you, we love spending time with you, and I'm so interested in your life. So I always want to know that you're okay and how you're doing and what's happening with work. And Jake, what's a relationship green flag that doesn't get talked about enough?
For me, it's probably supportiveness and encouragement to pursue interests work and personal, in a relationship. I'm very, thankful and appreciative that you are supportive with my work, and I don't really have that many interests outside of work at the moment, that are golf and things like that are palatable at the moment. But even just I feel like we're pretty good with each other about you'd be like, oh, there's this thing in Sydney. I'm like, go, take the I got it. I can handle it here. And you're the same with me. I've got a work trip coming up, or I've got something, and you're like, yep, do it. I can make it work. That's a green flag. And you don't see it everywhere. That's the thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think being able to give each other space in, what we want to be doing outside of, the kids and family stuff is important. And yeah, giving each other that freedom when we possibly can. So yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. Thanks for being nice to me on that.
No worries.
All right, a few last questions, Jake, before we wrap the episode. So if I wasn't your wife, would we be friends?
I think yes and no. I think we would be best friends. But then I think then lines would get blurred, and then, it's either going to end up in that we're going to get married or we're not going to talk, because the lines have become muddy and But I think, we would be friends.
Yeah, that's so nice. I think the same thing, actually. Thank you for explaining that. It felt harsh at first, but it came good. All right, Jake, rate yourself as a husband out of 10 and justify your answer.
I feel like I'm a solid 8.5. There's always room for improvement, but I feel like I'm ticking quite a lot of boxes when it comes to the husband and dad space.
Yeah, look, I'd give you a 10. I'll give you a 9.5 because you like to know there's room for improvement, but definitely echo that. I think you are a wonderful husband, despite some of your honesty earlier that cut me a little deeper than I anticipated. But no, you're good fun.
What would you say if I was holding back in some of my answers?
I kind of already get the feeling that you are holding back on a few of your answers, and I appreciate that because often I need things sugar-coated, so thank you. What's the most dangerous sentence a husband can hear?
Well, I think it's kind of maybe the start of a sentence, which is hey, is there any reason that, insert, is there any reason why you would be so fucking stupid to...
Yes, That's a good one. I have to make sure that when I say that it's in a nicer tone of voice. What's the most dangerous sentence a husband can say?
Again, I think it's the start of a sentence. Hey, so when the kids go to bed tonight, because that's a double there, because there's, anyways, I'll let the listeners come to their own conclusions on what that would mean. But
yeah, I think that's a good one. That's I wouldn't say trigger, but it's it's well summarized on both those counts. It's all about. It's not always the full sentence. It's not about the whole sentence. It's about how the sentence begins.
That's how the sentence begins.
Yes. All right, Jake. And finally, if you had to describe me in 3 words, what would they be?
Loving, loyal, and fierce.
Thank you.
You say cute? Did you say thank you or did you say cute?
I think I said thank you and cute. Thank you. That was cute.
Yeah.
For our listeners, Jake and I have a really bad internet connection, so we're both like trying to hear through the noise. But
who's that? Who's that?
What is it? We say, no, you go,
I know I haven't asked you any questions in return, but I'm eager to understand what your 3 words for me would be.
3 words for you. Big friendly giant. No, I'm just kidding.
BFG, baby.
BFG. No, I would serious ones, like I would say loyal, understanding, and patient. Yeah, that's definitely my 3 words for you. You're also very funny, so weave that in there somewhere too.
Bonus word.
You'd have an extra word. Bonus word, yeah. Oh, well, that's all of our questions for today. But I kind of want to play Bravo versus NRL again. But I wanted to name it something more fun than that, like NRL Bra, but I can't think of anything. But anyway, I highly recommend playing that game or do it with your own favourite shows. Maybe it's AFL and, I don't know, Spotify podcasts or something. But it was a good way to get a glimpse of how we hear each other interacting with our various devices. So thank you for indulging me and putting that game out to the general public, Jake. And thank you very much for taking the time to chat with me without any little distractions running around us. I look forward to seeing you at bath time this eve. And is there anything else you want to add or ask before we log off today?
No, I just think if we are going to do version 3 of this at some stage, that be good for people to send in some questions if there are listeners out there that have questions that they'd like answered, or games that we can play. I like playing games.
Yes, that's a great idea. Yeah, okay. Well, anyone who's listening to this that wants to know anything, as you know, this is our 2nd episode now, so we're pretty open to sharing more about our home life, work life, relationship, and hopefully making other couples feel seen and heard along the way. We love to have a laugh, so if there is anything you want to ask us individually or as a couple, please reach out to me on Instagram. And yeah, if you have any game suggestions, I might interact with ChatGPT from time to time, as you know, Jake. So I might see if there's anything else in there we can conjure up. And maybe next time we'll just do it straight on the air. So it's like it's just totally on the spot. Having said that, though, we did play Bravo versus NRL just off the cuff one night, and it was way worse today when we'd kind of already had a practice round. So anyway, and we obviously both didn't Google stuff before the game today, so that's a credit to us both, I think. So good job. All right, well, thanks everybody for listening to another episode of The Wing, and hopefully got something out of it, a little giggle, a little takeaway, a little glimpse into our lives, and I will catch you on the next episode of The Wing. Bye!
Enjoyed the episode? Hit follow and check out _wingpod Oz on Instagram for a dose of wisdom getting you on the right path to success.